Temple Bank School shuts, they'll miss out on specialist teaching. The Education Authority, however, claims pupils will be better catered
shortly. They left Bradford early this morning. Parents and pupils claim that if Temple Bank School shuts, they'll miss out on specialist teaching.
Armed with their petition, parents and children set off for Downing Street early this morning. They're hoping the volume of support they've received will persuade the Prime Minister to help them save their school. Temple Bank is now the only specialist school for blind and partially sighted children in Yorkshire.
Now we're going to put the cube shape on the rod on the left-hand side there.
Bradford Council is considering closure because increasing numbers of visually impaired children are going to mainstream schools, so funding is going down. But parents say Temple Bank is a safety net for children who couldn't cope elsewhere and need the expertise of this school.
Well, joining me now from London is Carol HODSON, who's a parent with a daughter at the school. Carol, are you hopeful that your trip to London today can make a difference?
I certainly hope it will make a difference and bring it to the forefront of the minds of the councillors that will be voting on the actual possible closure of this school in autumn.
Just how important is having a special school for these pupils?
It's extremely important. There are a number of children at that school that will not fit into the integrated system in a mainstream, and also the existing special schools that are in Bradford will not cater for some of those children's needs either. So you have a nucleus of children here that the needs won't be met unless we retain this school.
And just briefly, the burning question, is it too late to actually save Temple Bank?
No, it isn't at all.
You're quietly confident, are you?
Oh, I hope so, yes.
OK, Carol, we wish you well. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
From closure, children from across the region go to Temple Bank School in Bradford, which is one of the few in the country to cater for visually impaired youngsters.
Its future is under review, but since that move was announced, there's been a huge campaign to try and save it. It culminated today in a trip to Downing Street to deliver a petition with almost 40,000 signatures. Calendar's Emma Walden has been following this story.
As pupils and their parents gathered outside number 10 Downing Street today, they were hoping the 35,000 signatures they'd collected would highlight how important they claim Temple Bank School is. The action group campaigning to keep the special needs school open believe it's an essential service, and they're supported by their local MP.
I've already talked to the Director of Education, who've guaranteed that it's only a consultation process at the moment. We've just handed in the petition to 10 Downing Street to get the Prime Minister's support, and I will be talking to David Blunkett, who I expect will have a very real interest in Temple Bank, given the fact that he himself is blind.
It's children like 7-year-old Elspeth Hodson who'll be affected by the closure. She's been at Temple Bank for 5 years now, and her mum says the school is irreplaceable.
It's extremely important because it helps her to develop in many ways, not just the educational national curriculum, it also is teaching her self-help skills. And you can't do that unless she's at a VI school. And if they take this one away, the nearest is Liverpool or Manchester.
Having already staged a march last month, campaigners are fearful that closure will mean loss of these special needs services in Yorkshire. Bradford Council are aware of their concerns, but say that all children will be catered for.
All these children have a statement of special educational needs, which prescribes the kind of special assistance that they need. And whatever provision we provided, it would have to meet that statement. So those children can be assured, their parents can be assured, that they would continue to get the service that their statement requires them to have.
The final decision about the future of Temple Bank isn't likely to be made before September. Until then, Elspeth and her classmates are left wondering how much longer their school will be open and whether they'll be forced to integrate into mainstream schools.
Signatures protesting at plans to close it down. This report from our education correspondent, Liz Meach.
The red carpet was rolled out at number 10 this afternoon, and even if it wasn't intended for them, the campaigners from Yorkshire's only school for the blind and partially sighted used it anyway, as they prepared to hand over their petition to save Temple Bank School in Bradford from closure. Parents believe mainstream school is not the place for their children, that they need specialist help.
I was actually educated in a mainstream school, and I have 2 blind children, and I wanted my children to go to special schools because what happened to me, like the you know, other children would shove me downstairs and think it was funny.
I would say that parents who have children with special educational needs, certainly parents of these children with visual impairments, they know best how their children can be educated. And I think sometimes it's up to us to listen to what parents want, not thrust our theories upon them.
Bradford Council is considering closure because increasing numbers of visually impaired children are going to mainstream schools, so funding is going down. There's a £250,000 shortfall in next year's budget. But parents say Temple Bank is a safety net for children who couldn't cope elsewhere, and pupils agree.
Because I've got my GCSEs coming up and I want to do really good and I can't do it in a mainstream school.
The campaigners will have to wait until the autumn to see if today's petition will secure a future for the school. Liz Meach, Look North.